You're listening to Golfasian, Asia's leading golf holidays and tournaments.
Right, today we're speaking to Herbert, who is the managing director of one of the most interesting resorts in Asia. So welcome, Herbert, to the Golfasian podcast.
Thank you, Mike, for having me.
Let's start, first of all, explaining what is the name of the resort and where are you actually located?
The name of the resort is Alma Resort Cam Ranh, and we are near Nha Trang, which is better known internationally than Cam Ranh. Cam Ranh only became more known in the last couple of years because of all the developments we have in this area. And we are 45 minutes south of Da Nang by plane and 45 minutes in the north of Saigon also by plane. So I always say we are in the center of the south. That's where we
So
are
there
located.
is an actual international airport at Cam Ranh, is there?
Yes, there is, and only 15 minutes away from our resort, very close.
But
And this
are there any flights that you can get from overseas, or are they all connected to Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi and Da Nang?
we are relatively well connected to overseas. We have direct flights to Bangkok
Oh,
daily. We
right.
have
Really?
direct flights to Kuala Lumpur. We have flights to Hong Kong. We have many flights to Korea. We have lots of flights to Russia. And we have one flight every evening to Da Nang, which is good if you think as a golfer that you want to combine Da Nang, Cam Ranh. And then there are about 10 flights every day to Saigon and 10 flights to Hanoi.
So it's
So we
pretty easy to get to your
are
resort.
well connected.
Right. Okay. Now you're saying that Da Nang is 45 minutes by plane. If you were driving or on the train, how long does that take?
This takes very long. This takes about 10 hours. And I would not recommend this because it's the trains are not very punctual. I did it already, and you could have a delay of 3-4 hours. But if you
Right.
don't mind to wait a little bit in Nha Trang at the train station, there you have restaurants there. I don't recommend. The flight from here to Da Nang is very convenient. It's only 45 minutes, as I said, and it goes with Vietnam Airlines. It's an evening flight. So when you fly away from Cam Ranh or when you come from Da Nang to Cam Ranh, it's always in the evening. It can combine it with a dinner, so it's very convenient.
Well, many of the Vietnamese use the airplanes like we would use buses, don't they?
Yeah,
They get around a lot.
you can use buses now easily from Saigon to our resort because there is a new highway, and the new highway has shortened the trip from Saigon to Cam Ranh by 2 hours. It used to be 6 hours, now it's 4 hours. So if you're thinking of traveling from Saigon to here with a stop maybe in Phan Thiet in Mui Ne, then you can do that you leave in the morning on a car or on a van with the group of friends who play golf with you. You would go to Phu Tram, you go to Mui Ne, you play there, you have a nice meal in the afternoon after you played golf, and 3 hours later you are at the resort.
Right.
That is
Now,
very.
talking about the resort, what's the history behind the resort? What made you decide to create this style of resort in what was fairly new destination at the time?
Yeah, this destination started to develop about 10 years ago. I opened already another resort not far away from here. And in the meantime, you have, I would say, 10 resorts are up and running. And there are another 10 resorts, 10 to 12 resorts, which are still under construction. So once everything is completed, this entire stretch of around 15 kilometers. So 10 years ago, it started to develop. And we are in the middle of this beach. We are right in the center of this 15 kilometers. And our owner is an Israeli owner, and he decided to build a hotel for the Asian market. Yeah,
Well, if you look at your website, it's an incredibly unusual resort. For example, how many rooms and suites do you have?
we have 580 suites. We only have suites and pavilions. The smallest unit is 70 square meter, and the largest is 224 square meter.
Goodness
And
me.
one other big advantage our resort has when I stick to the rooms, to the accommodation part, not just the spaces, also the way it is built. If you look at the resort, you can see it because there are a couple of photos from the beach, so you can see the resort is built like a vineyard, cascading going up to the two main buildings. And because it's cascading going up, there is never any obstacle in front of you. So all rooms, it doesn't really matter where you are. All living rooms and all master bedrooms have a sea view. And
Right.
all have balcony with sea view. That is really one of the outstanding features. You don't find so many hotels which have this fantastic views. Okay,
Well, as a
this is
managing director, to give everyone a sea view means you don't have so many grey hairs.
I get the
Restaurants,
gray hair. I get the gray hairs from from
yes.
other problems.
Now restaurants. How many restaurants do you have, and what sort of food do you serve?
We have 14 different outlets. We have so many outlets because in the food court itself, there are already 7 different outlets. The food court is like a classic food court, which you know from sometimes from the shopping malls in Asia, a Vietnamese station, French bakery stations, soup stations, Little New York, where you can have some food if you are fed up of spring rolls after a couple of days. So you can get your chicken nuggets there, you can get your Caesar salad there and your spaghetti. Then we have an Asian restaurant with a Korean chef. Then we have an Italian chef. Then we have a very nice seafood restaurant down at the beach called Atlantis. And we have a large lobby lounge where you can have some dinner in the evening. And recently we relaunched the concept in our American bar with a fantastic 3-man live band. They play every day 4 sets with the exception of Sunday in the evening. So F&B, I say, and I know Vietnam well and the scene of the hotels and resorts, we are probably the top #1 F&B resort in Vietnam.
So you don't need to leave the resort very much to go and
No,
eat.
no,
But
definitely not.
what are the other facilities you have?
Swimming pools, this is another gem what we have. Actually 12 swimming pools. And remember what I just said about the cascading landscape. Basically
Yeah.
on each level there is one swimming pool. But the main swimming pool, which is 75 meter long, this is down at the beach. Right next to a beach bar. This is the most popular one because this is where everything happens in the afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock when you go down for the beach or when you go down for a drink at the bar and then you swim up and down so that is something which is very interesting for our guests. And then we have because we are known on the family market as the Vietnamese family resort in Vietnam. We have a water park, we have a tennis court, a pickle court, we have football fields, we have archery, and we even, of course, we have a kids club and a youth club. But what's interesting for the golfers is we have a Bravo golf simulator. We decided really one where you can record your swing, where you can even have the wind from the left, the wind from the right, the wind from behind, the wind from right in front of you. Our kids can play and families can play. I mean, you can choose. I'm not so sure now. 125 different courses around the world.
Right. Now, do you have a spa there? Because obviously
A spa,
playing golf,
yes.
sometimes my neck hurts or my
Yeah,
back.
spa we have. We're
Really?
always in the top 10 of the travel and leisure listing in Vietnam. Last year we were number 6 or number 7, so we're always in the top 10. A very good spa with 13 treatment villas. So that's also interesting for the golfer to when they come back from the course to get a treatment.
Now, the big question is golf. Can you perhaps just let us know what golf courses are near your resort?
Traditional one it's one of the oldest in Vietnam is called Diamond Bay, and this Diamond Bay golf course is only 20 minutes away from us. Then there is another course which is Windpearl Golfland.
Oh,
So
right.
they have a Windpearl course which is on an island. This is a little bit more complicated to get to. Very scenic one because you play on an island and you play down to the sea. Yeah, so you see from the top, you look down to the sea. It's like a bay, really nice view. And then third one, which is the closest to us, this is KN Golf. They have 118 and 19 course already very established. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned it briefly before, weather. Every little area in Thailand is different, and I'm sure it's the
Yeah.
same in Vietnam. But you said something interesting about the monsoons or the typhoons up in Da Nang. What's it with Cam Ranh then?
The difference between Cam Ranh and Da Nang is that we are further south. And the typhoon seasons always starts in November, sometimes early November or late October. So let's say November, December, January even, it's very dangerous with the weather in Da Nang. So you could have a typhoon or you could have a rain for 2 or 3 weeks. Because we are further to the south, and I live in this area now for almost 10 years. In 10 years, there was only one typhoon. But in a year, there's 1 or 2 typhoons.
So what is
So
best time to come to Cam Ranh for weather?
the best to be probably, if you really want to be 100% sure that rain interrupt your golf holiday, then you would come February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
Right,
So
which
it's a
is
long,
like the opposite in Thailand, because we're
yeah,
saying
it's a long,
in the
yeah,
season starts in April. So
yeah, it's true.
so Cam Ranh is a good time to come at a different time of the
Yeah, yeah.
year. Well,
Cam
that's it.
Ranh known is 300 days sunshine in 1 year.
Right.
And we are
Okay.
between the zone because Phu Quoc, which is an island of Vietnam,
Yeah.
is the same way as Thailand because Phu Quoc is in the Gulf of Thailand.
Yes, exactly.
So
I've been there.
yeah,
Now,
so now in Phu Quoc is when we have hardly any rain.
yes. Now, visas. If I come over, can I visa at Cam Ranh Airport, or do I need to get one in advance to come to Vietnam?
You can easily apply. It depends which nationality. So there are
Yes.
lots of countries that they can come without any visa.
So
Yeah.
visa on arrival.
And you can do visa on arrival,
Yes.
or you do it online. Yeah.
Yes.
Nowadays, most countries can apply for an online visa, and then it's very simple. It takes 3 or 4 days. You can buy with a credit card, and you get via a kind of QR code,
Yeah.
and then
It's
simple.
difficult.
No, not difficult. Not
Now,
difficult.
to
And when
finish off, Herbert,
yes, Mike.
you're an expat yourself. Could you just describe what it's like living in Vietnam as an expat? Have you had fun?
Oh yeah, you can have lots of fun in Vietnam because first of all, it's if you work in Vietnam, you are in a very dynamic environment. Vietnam is a country. Vietnam is not a country of which people know from 10, 15 years. If you would have come here 15 years ago and you come to Cam Ranh, you don't recognize it. It's incredibly dynamic and it develops like from one year to another year. Even sometimes when I go to the airport, yeah, and I pass by, I say, "Oh my goodness, this construction completed, and what is this and what is that?" There's always something on. So it's very dynamic, especially outside of the capital cities like
Yes.
Hanoi and Saigon,
Yeah.
because the best. When I talk about resort development and hotel development, the best spots in the big cities are all in the districts, and the business districts. They're all taken.
Yeah.
But in an area like Cam Ranh, Da Nang, Nha Trang, Haiphong, Halong Bay, Mui Ne, Phan Thiet, there's so much. There's still so much going on and still so much development. It's just amazing. Yeah, and I know from my visits last time at the Asian Golf event in Da Nang, or this year in April, is actually one of the largest developing golf countries in the world.
That's
When
true.
you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is very interesting to live here because the work never ends. Yeah. We have so much to do, and it's so exciting to be part of this development.
I mean, do you have good internet, for example? Because these are the things that people think about Asia being backward. But I mean, internet in Thailand is very good.
Yeah, our internet is fantastic. I mean, you get the plane, you have internet. I a group here from Thailand recently, and they know Thailand well and they know Asia well, in particular Southeast Asia. They said, "My goodness, if I compare this now with Thailand, Vietnam is like so close in some areas, even ahead of Thailand in the meantime." Yeah. So it is very interesting country to watch, no, regardless from which part of the world you come. But don't be surprised. Vietnam is now a mix of the typical Vietnam, which you have in their head,
Yeah.
like still a little bit colonial, market style, rusty bicycle, rice field, and water buffaloes. But when you come to places where it's more developed, It's very modern. The hotels are modern.
And in your
But
case, you can swim in about 800 different places. So it's
yeah,
great.
yeah, we are lucky. The
Well,
only
I
thing,
hope any of the viewers listening will be able to come and visit your resort. Hopefully, you'll be seeing some of our viewers in the next few weeks. So thank you for talking to us
yeah, you're
today.
welcome.
And
I,
I wish you a successful season.
Thank you very much, and I'm very much looking forward to have many of your readers as our guests here in future to be able to show them what Vietnam is all about. Thank you very much
Okay,
for the
thank you.
opportunity.